The following presentation is brought to you by the Realm Network.
This is Vince Russo's The Brand.
That's life. That's what this show is all about. It's about the trials and tribulations and making it through every single day. It's about being the best you absolutely can be. It's about making this world a better place for you and for me. It's not about you. It's about the one who created you. And it's not about what you want. It's about what he wants. You were created with a purpose that only you can fulfill. You were created to glorify him and glorify his kingdom. You were created with a job to do. That's life. My job is to tell you the impact that God had on my life once I let God take over. That is my story to tell. That's life. Hello, everybody. Welcome to That's Life. I am Vince Russo. It is Monday, August 9th, 2021. You know, and it's funny, man. We were talking about business and God last week, and I had just launched the Realm Network on Monday or Sunday, actually, a day before last week's show. And we got halfway through the show, and I said I was going to go over the rest of the topics about God and small business and Christianity this week, because I wanted to take them one by one. But guys, I'm going to be honest with you. It's very timely because last week was very, very, very trying on me last week, man. It was a tough week. It was a difficult week. Literally, guys, I almost last night asked my wife to take me to emergency because I felt like my head was going to explode. And I got scared for a few minutes because I knew it was my blood pressure and I just wasn't feeling right. And I almost had to take me to the hospital last night. It's been a very, 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 very trying week, the last week, trying to launch the Realm Network. I've gone through a lot the past week. Just every aspect of, trying to launch something and trying to do something you believe in and trying to do something that you think is right. And, putting all your just blood, sweat, and tears into something. And there's so much that comes with that. First, bro, there's the finances. I agreed to take over the Realm Network, expecting to pay a third of what it cost me so far. Every week, I'm putting astronomical amounts of money on my credit card for 3 weeks in a row that I did not plan on doing. And I'll be honest with you guys, if I knew the amount, I would not have bought it. It's not what I expected. So there is that financial burden. And I'm going through all this stuff, guys, because I know you go through it. With work, And whether it's your own business or whether you work for somebody, there's always the financials. So I'm about 3 times the amount in. I don't have another penny to spend on the Realm Network. And I basically told the person who created the web and everything, do not work on it anymore. I do not have any more money to pay you. That's what I told. So, you got the finances. That's not what I expected or not what I planned on. And for those of you that think I'm a millionaire, I don't think I would be stressed out at this point. If I had millions of dollars, I wouldn't be worrying about what this site cost me. Then, bro, you have the customers. We are trying to work out bugs. You're going to work out bugs with any new business and any new system. That's part of new business. So you got the customers who subscribe and then cancel the next day because they won't give us the time to get an RSS feed right. It takes time, bro. There are a lot of people working on this site. I'm not going to get a hold of programmers over the weekend. It doesn't work that way. It takes time. So there's the stress of trying to keep customers happy, and then customers literally bailing immediately because they can't get an RSS feed to work. So there's that. I don't like losing customers, guys. I really don't, and you guys know I don't. But at some point, we got to be reasonable, man. And you can't expect a switch to be turned and everything is working 100% properly when there's so much involved. I mean, my gosh, give us a break, man. Give us time to work out the kinks. Then you got, the so-called friends who were never friends, but brand members who don't agree with me giving certain people platforms. So they decide they're going to start dropping F-bombs on me on social media because they don't like what I'm doing, when I am trying to be as respectful and cordial as possible. Guys, I don't know if anybody has really noticed, but the name of this show is called That's Life. Has anybody noticed that there are atheists on Russo's brand? Has anybody noticed there are people on Russo's brand that don't believe in God? Everybody is represented on Russo's brand. I have a transgender that I love that does so much work for me and the brand, and has been working with me for years and years and years. There are people from the left. There are people from the right. There are many, 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 many different viewpoints. I don't know why people want to be blind to that when all of a sudden there's somebody that they don't like that's going to have a show behind a paid wall. So, losing brand members, losing people who posed as friends but were never really friends. It was a tough weekend. Listen, bro, I know I'm not going to please everybody. I know that. And I've told you guys 100 times. My mission is to not please man. My mission is to not please you. My mission is to please God. My work here on earth is to please God. It's not to please, a brand member who doesn't agree with what I'm doing. It's not to please people that hate an angle I wrote in wrestling 30 years ago. I am here to please God. That's why I'm here. And everything I do is to please God. And if that doesn't please you, I'm really, really, really sorry about that. But quite frankly, I don't care. I am not here to please you. I am here to please God. And I try to live my life biblically. I like everybody. I don't hold any bias against anybody, regardless of who you are or what sex you are or transgender, gay, black, white, Democrat, Republic. I think I'm pretty good at treating everybody the same way and representing everybody here on the brand. But it was a tough week, guys. And last night I hit the wall. I was this close to just saying, I got to get some medication. I got to get something because I literally felt like a blood clot was going to explode in my head. Through the grace of God, here I am. And life goes on. And the brand will go on. And the Realm Network will go on. And I'll say it once and I'll say it a million times. You don't like it, turn it off. If it's not for you, turn it off. There's a reason why the shows on the Realm Network are behind a paid wall. Nothing is being forced on you. You can pick and choose what you want and what you don't want, just like going to a restaurant. Oh my gosh, I hate liver and onions, but liver and onions is on the menu. Now, am I going to not choose liver and onions and get a steak? Or am I never going to come to this restaurant again because they have liver and onions on the menu? It's really that simple. But some people want their way and demand their way. And if they don't get their way, they're going to yell and scream and they're going to drop F-bombs and they're going to throw a tantrum and they're going to do exposés revealing the real Vince Russo and everything that goes along with a child not getting their way. It's no different than a 5-year-old throwing themselves on the floor and beating their hands and their feet against the floor because they did not get their way. It is the same exact thing. I cannot make myself any more clear. I made an entire video of why I started the Realm Network. I cannot make myself any more clear. So I'm just going to say this one last time. If you don't like it, I don't care. I am not here to please you and get your approval. And you can do whatever you want to me. You can drop F-bombs. You could drag my name through the mud. You could do shows about me. You can have an entire series about me. Whatever it is that you want to do because you didn't get your way, bro, literally have at it. My whole mission here on this planet and my whole mission here in life is to please God. It is not to please man. It is not to please other human beings. You know why? Because that's impossible. It is impossible. You can't please everybody. You could please one God, one single God, when he makes it clear what he wants from you. That's doable. When God makes it clear, that's doable. But to please millions and millions and millions of people, thousands of people, dozens of people, to please a room full of people is next to impossible. So let's go on. Maybe we'll find something today about the next 5 topics. When it comes to business, let's go to the next 5 topics. Here's number 6. So whatever you wish that others would do to you, do also to them. For this is the law and the prophets, Matthew 7:12. A business that God approves of requires a firm understanding and grasp of ethics. Thankfully, Jesus simplified much of the whole topic of ethics in just a few words commonly known as the Golden Rule. This applies to everything I'm doing, guys, and I'm reading this for the first time with you. When we as entrepreneurs put ourselves into other people's shoes, we're more likely to treat those people as we'd like to be treated. Here are a few business questions you can use to do the best thing for your customers. If I was a customer, would I be happy with the speed of service of my business? If I was a customer, would I appreciate how my business communications with me? If I was a customer, would I continue doing business with my business? These questions can help you improve customer satisfaction. One of the ways I help my clients is to provide custom fit solutions. I recognize that every one of my clients is different. While there may be some overlap in their needs, each person is unique. Some of my clients want to set it and forget it, and others want detailed explanations and someone who will work closely with them to make tweaks and adjustments to their retirement plan. Think about your business. How can you customize your products and service to your customers? How can you make every customer feel like the most valued customer? It starts with doing to others what you would have them do to you. That's why I said, guys, everybody and everything was going to be represented in the Realm platform. I can't do that overnight, guys. I've said to you, there's going to be 30 shows. There's going to be something for everybody. I've released 3 out of the 30 shows. There are 27 more shows to come. And if you don't believe me that there's going to be something for everybody, then I'm a liar. And if I'm a liar, it is best that you don't associate yourself with liars. So if I've delivered 3 shows out of 30 and I've not met your criteria of what those 3 should be, and I'm lying about representing everybody across the board, bro, you probably need to bail out of the brand. Because if I am a liar and I am lying to you, you don't want to give a liar your money. So if you believe that wholeheartedly, I'm telling you, cancel. If you believe I'm a liar and if you believe what I'm saying is a lie, then you do not want to support a liar. I would not recommend that nobody support a liar. The beginning of wisdom is this: get wisdom, and whatever you get insight. Proverbs 4:7. I continually educate myself about all things financial. I attend presentations and do a lot of research. Understanding is of great value in my business, and I'd be willing to guess it is in yours too. Wisdom not only includes having knowledge and experience, but it also includes being able to use that knowledge and experience in a sound way. It involves proper judgment. Notice the value of understanding. Though it costs all you have, get understanding. That's right. Understanding is worth everything you own. Now, you probably don't have to go and sell everything you own to make a course that costs thousands and thousands of dollars, but this verse certainly highlights the value of understanding. The beginning of wisdom is this: get wisdom, and whatever you get insight. Make a sincere effort to always be a learner. Learn. Value education. Learn how to apply your knowledge in business and in life. It's worth a lot, friends. And that is what I'm gaining during this experience. I am gaining wisdom and I am gaining knowledge. And I appreciate that very much. In all told, there is profit, but mere talk tends only poverty. Proverbs 14:23. Back when I began my career with A.G. Edwards and Sons in 2002, I was in a training class including about 55 people. After the training, a year later, our class was reduced to less than about 27 people. At my 5th anniversary mark, only 5 of us were left. The reason why so many people didn't make it was because they weren't really willing to put in the hard work required. They were all talk and no action. How many times have you heard me say there are people that talk about it and there are people that do it? You've probably heard that actions speak louder than words. True. But many people think that that means you must act and speak. When if you just did the right thing without announcing it to the world? What if you just did the right thing without announcing it to the world? One might argue that that could result in less accountability, but if you actually follow through on your goals without speaking, it will show a sense of humility coupled with the dedication to working hard. Well, maybe that's something I need to learn right there. So I'm going to read that paragraph over again. You probably heard that actions speak louder than words. True, but many people think that means you must act and speak. What if you just did the right thing without announcing it to the world? One might argue that that could result in less accountability, but if you actually follow through on your goals without speaking, it will show a sense of humility coupled with a dedication to working hard. Well, maybe I need to stop talking about what I'm going to do and just do it. And if you don't give me the time to do it, at that point, I really can't help you because everything takes time. For what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and forfeit his soul? Mark 8:36. I have quite a bit of money in the bank and investments. You might call me wealthy if you look at my net worth. I'm reading somebody else's words here, guys, please. I'm not wealthy. Let me tell you who this is. This is Jeff Rose. The man who wrote this article in 2020 is a man by Jeff Rose. I have quite a bit of money in the bank and investments. You might call me wealthy. If you look at my net worth, I know others who are quite wealthy too. But let me tell you, the numbers don't mean a thing compared to the gift that my Lord Jesus gave to me on the cross. If you're not a Christian, I ask you to look into the life of Christ. Listen, Christ be, I don't know what that means. Listen, we've all messed up. We've all fallen short of the perfection of God. We're sinners, but God loves us so much that he came down to this planet to rescue us from the spiritual consequences of our actions. His name is Jesus. If you're an entrepreneur or anyone else who doesn't yet have a relationship with Christ, seek first God's kingdom. Wealth is deceitful, and it doesn't mean a thing compared to the glorious riches in Christ. Absolutely, bro. This ain't about money. It's really not about money. And that's the thing, like I told you guys opening up this show. I've been, this week, I've been stressed out over money. And it shouldn't be about money. I should put all my faith and all my belief in God and put it in his hands. And know that he will take care of the situation if what I'm doing is serving him. The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance, but everyone who is hasty comes only to poverty. Diligence means showing care many times over the long haul. Are you showing diligence? Businesses must be carefully built. Don't be hasty. Remember that it can take years to see some success. If you go for a quick win, you might find yourself with a quick failure. There are so many Bible verses about business and entrepreneurship. I encourage you to leave your favorites in the comments below. Now go make some money, but put God first. That's a lot, bro. Diligence means showing care many times over the long haul. Are you showing diligence? Businesses must be carefully built. Don't be hasty. Carefully built. They take time. Remember that it could take years to see success. If you go for a quick win, you might find yourself with a quick failure. Guys, you see how I'm practicing what I'm preaching. I just started in a new business venture. And what did I do? I went to the Word of God. I went to God and biblical quotes to get a bearing on what I'm doing so I can re-ground myself as this journey gets more and more and more stressful. Without God there, I'm on my own. And I can't handle it on my own. I am not built to handle it on my own. There was a point in my life where I was convinced that I could handle it all on my own. I was making enough money. I was in a good position. I didn't need God. I believed in him. But I didn't need him. But all the riches in the world and all the power in the world and all the money in the world did not fulfill me because I wasn't where God wanted me to be. And there was a huge hole that I could not fulfill. I definitely couldn't fulfill it with money. I definitely couldn't fill it with achieving goals in business. There was a hole, man. I couldn't fill that hole, no matter what. And that's when I realized that something was missing, man. And that was a time when God came knocking. And I look at situations like this past week and how much that I, as a man, can handle. And as a man, just like so many of you listening to this show right now, as a man, we have our limits. And we can only handle so much, literally, before our head explodes. But when you have God to put that weight on and rely on, and you know that God's hand is on your shoulder and he is guiding you through, man, it just makes life so much easier. And I can't convince you here through my words and telling you. It is something that you have to experience. But I could tell you this, man, if you're having a hard time right now, and you can't get through it, and life is more than you could handle, the reality of it is you probably can't handle it alone, and God doesn't want you to handle it alone. God makes it clear that he is there to assist you. He is there. He is present. He is alive. And all you have to do is ask. And if I did not have God this past week, I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I would have made it through the week. But that is it, guys. That's life, man. God's right there to help you. He's right there to make it easier. He's right there to guide you with knowledge and wisdom, and more importantly, love. And all you got to do is ask. That's life, everybody. I'll see you next week. That's life. That's somebody, what this show is all about. Somebody just asked a question, and I want to get this in here. I don't want to ignore this question. Somebody just asked a question on Twitch. Does God hold it against you if you question him? Big Evil Pops. God doesn't hold anything against you. He holds nothing against you because he knows we are sinners. He does not hold that against us. He knows we can't help ourselves. And that's why he sent his son to the cross to wipe out our sinful nature, to settle the score. So does he hold anything against us? No. He does not hold anything against us because he knows we are sinners. But your next question is, does he hold anything against us if we question him? If you question him, then you don't have absolute faith. You have to believe wholeheartedly in God and his message and his love. And if you question that, then you do not have complete faith in him. Therefore, you do not have that connection. So it's a two-part question. He holds nothing against us. He knows we are sinners. He knows we make mistakes, sent his son to the cross for us. However, questioning him, that means we lack faith because you don't question. You don't question. You believe wholeheartedly. That's what a Christian is. You believe with your heart and your soul. Matt in here says Peter went as far as denying even knowing Jesus. He did not hold that against Peter. You got to have absolute faith, bro. You've got to have absolute faith. You can't question God. You've got to believe in God. You've got to love God. You've got to trust God. That is the most important thing. You got to believe.
The preceding presentation was brought to you by the Realm Network.